Hello, YouTubers. How are you? Right, I know I don't really know what my channel's about. Just having fun, having an opinion, talking some facts. Just it's all over the place. I've got to nail in on something sooner or later, and I'll get there. Right. Anyway, just watching the TV today, morning edition, and a lot of things happen in the news, and people tell me that I shouldn't get wound up by it and stuff like that. But unfortunately, in this day and age, it's what we used to. What we used to, look at it, see on the news, affected very few people. And we hear about it. Yep, okay, bit of a concern. Sorry, not concern. Bit of awareness, but not concern because it wasn't that close to home. Now it is at home. It's not even close. It's in the homes now. This is one story I don't understand. People want to go green, less carbon emissions, all of this shit. I mean, people don't even know if they're a girl or a boy anymore. So anyway, just have a listen to this story and just see how it affects you like it affects me. And that, here we go.
You love, that your family has worked in for generations, is coming to an abrupt end.
That's what's happening in regional Victoria after the state budget was announced. But what about the human cost of a political decision? Little time to transition for workers and nothing else for them to do in town. Just devastating. The flow-on effects catastrophic for hard-working families.
Today, Melbourne reporter Isabella Stashkovsky went to Gippsland to meet them.
I'm here today standing up for my future. My dad drives a log truck, so I'm here to support. I'm saving my dad's job because what's going to happen when he has no job, they have no money, can't have food on the table.
By January 1, 2024, the native timber industry in Victoria will come to a close. Around 4,500 direct jobs will be lost, an industry worth $1.42 billion per annum, the lifeblood of many towns. These are residents from Hayfield in Gippsland. They want you to understand their fight.
This is what this means to this community, This is the people that work hard every day in the bush.
Hundreds have come out, galvanised by local Mick Harrington, some hoping the decision could be reversed.
It is not just about Ash and the workers. It's got such a huge ripple effect.
They were told the industry would transition in 2030. They never expected this deadline.
We were told it was going to be a transition into plantation, which we fully accepted. No one at the mill knew. It was, an absolute disgrace.
Timber towns don't grow back, trees do. This plan to close our industry early is a plan to kill country towns. Towns like Orbost, Powelltown, Hayfield, and at this point, people are just considering taking their families and moving somewhere else.
It's the only way to get this done.
There's a lot of anger over how the state government has handled this. Local leaders meeting with the group, the mayor, the mill's CEO and federal MP Darren Chester kicked out of Parliament after taking the message to Canberra.
Why do you hate timber workers so much?
No.
Residents have tough questions.
I want to know what the opposition business plan going forth, not only for them, but the little kids that are sitting here too, what their future is.
An hour and a half away, and this is what contractors want to share. Most have logged the same areas their grandfathers did. Generations of proud Gippslanders.
Not just a job, it's a passion that you love doing, day in, day out.
I remember going with Grandpa in his truck. Every school holidays, I'll be sitting next to Dad.
Dave and Luke Blackwood can trace logging in their family to 1890, a tradition Luke wanted to pass to his daughter, Delilah.
She loves it. She knows she hears the truck coming the driveway at night time. I've waited for years for that.
These guys are tough, but they're struggling.
If my wife can get me to talk. That's the hardest part. I don't want her to see me upset. I don't want my daughter to see me upset either.
After native hardwood is logged, the area is burnt. It then regenerates itself. 80 years later, the process starts again.
As you can see, this is like 12 months old.
It's all growing back.
It's sustainable, it's renewable, and if the
Yes,
industry people really knew how we do it out here, you know, I think they would be amazed.
A bitter pill to swallow across the border in New South Wales, the industry continues. In Tasmania too. If it all ends, hardwood will be imported.
They don't work under the same high standards we do environmentally, and they don't regrow the trees as well.
Why not have it here where it can be well regulated and we can look after our communities as well?
Some environmental groups have celebrated the closure. In fact, they campaigned for it. The state government has told the Today Show ongoing court processes and severe bushfires have spurred the decision, insisting a transition support package of more than $875 million will ensure workers find jobs across land management and critical forest bushfire response, while retraining others in growing regional industries.
The areas struggle with, you know, the power stations shutting down and all those sorts of industries, and you know, you just wonder where the jobs are.
2,500 people in this town. How many jobs do you think are offered?
At the end of the day, all we want to do is go to work and do what we love.
These Gippslanders say they'll continue to fight.
This can be done in a sustainable way. You know, I know this community and we will fight.
That hope's something to hold on to, especially for kids like Indy, reflecting on her dad.
Yeah, my hero. I want to take after him and work in the logging industry when I'm older.
This is a region that has done it incredibly tough. We know, of course, that Gippsland has gone through bushfires, through COVID, the closure of the power industry, and now the closure of the timber industry as well. I've lived in Gippsland, I've worked in Gippsland. I can tell you these communities are so strong, and you can see that from those residents there in that piece, from people who have lived in those towns right throughout Gippsland for decades. They are so passionate, and they've seen so many people leave just looking for work. You heard young Ollie there at the start getting really emotional, thinking about his family, about his dad, and about his community. They want to stay there, they want to live there, but the real fear is that those towns right throughout regional Victoria, they could be wiped off the map if there's no employment and there's no support. They want answers, they want support, and they certainly want politicians to go out and speak to them. I can tell you this, they will keep up their fight, they will band together and do what they can to support their local communities and their way of life.
Such a powerful piece, is it? Thank you so much for bringing that to our attention.
Right. Honey, can you help me here? You hold this? With it? Oh. Give me the fucking remote. Did you video record? Right. Have you got it?
I've got Oscar stealing your remote.
Right. Now, this is the mess of Cocky. That's the mess that Cocky makes every morning. Gets into me cigarettes, has a cup of tea, and just makes a mess. Anyway, getting back to that news thing. They talk about, the government talks about responsibility and putting the $876 million they're going to give into better fire management. Right, okay, very quickly, I was in the Ash Wednesday fires, and I was also helped and saw the aftermath of the Black Saturday fires, right? I can tell you now, right, the Ash Wednesday fires back then were the world's worst fires. They set new trends in how to fight fires all around the world. That was the world's #1 worst fire. That is a fact. Until Black Saturday. And then that set another benchmark. They talk about putting money into resources and better handling fire management and stuff like that. Right? I'm going to tell you how you do it. You let the cattlemen run their cattle back in the bush. That'll keep the grass down, right, and keep the trails clear, right, okay? Allow people to go into the bushland with permits and collect firewood, okay? Right? It won't kill inhabitants of animals and homes and things like that, right? It keeps it clear. There's less burnage. That's the cat wanting a drink, right? Right, so anyway, so really your government, right, put it bluntly this. When the government comes in like Andrews, he's still digging his fucking hole though. which is, what did that do? That exposed a toxic soil, which he moved from where it was to Mickleham. Just follow me. You hear the cat? Yes, Tootie. What do you want? No. Going in there. No.
Where does she want to
She
go?
wants to
She
go
wants
in
to go in the bedroom.
Right. So, anyway. So, the government's just wasting our money. They want to do better with our money. What's happened with Daniel Andrews' rail project? It's just found out that there's been millions of dollars rorted. And he's going to palm that off on other people down below, going, they mismanaged this. Well, at the end of the day, you're the bloke who wants it done. So you're the one who it rests on, not everyone else. And he'll run from this, and like he's running from his hole in the ground, and he's running from the rail, right? But these people here, I've been up there. I used to go, spend a lot of time, plus I did cattle mustering with the Lovick family, right? The bush is overrun because they're not running cattle anymore. You can't take firewood out of there, right? It's just growing and growing and growing. And then what happened? We had those shocking fires of 2020, was it? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, 2020,
yeah.
right? I think. Anyway, those massive fires that connected New South Wales and Victoria, right? Loss of life wasn't there. There was some loss of life, but nothing like Ash Wednesday and Black Saturday, right? But still, where's the fire management learning? Where's it learning? He wants to take this. What's going to happen? We're going to be importing our wood. What for? There's no need. They've proven they can manage bush, right? And that gum trees, that's what they're hardwood, right? If that's what, you know why your houses these days with the, you put your plaster up and everything, and you get cracks in your plaster every year. You want to know why? Because they're using pine. Pine never settles. It's always moving. Hardwood moves once, that's it. Right? Do you want to know what the rules are of engagement to a fire in a pine plantation or pine trees in general? They keep away from it. You know why? Because they're so full of water and sap to make them grow quick, they blow up and splinter, or they shoot up in the air. Doesn't happen in bushland like this, but what happens in bushland, the eucalyptus fuels it to an almighty heat, right? They can't get in there. And plus, without the trails open, right? But this is disgusting. At the end of the day, if kids, where do you want? We've got plenty of computer people, plenty of TikTok dickheads, everything out there, right? You know what we don't have? Enough good tradesmen in all industries, building, plumbing, engineering, everything, design. All people are doing is innovating the next big thing, or the next TikTok thing, or the next YouTube fucking prank, right? Enough's enough. Oh, turn on YouTube, it's fucking depressing now. There's no funny videos anymore. Even this isn't fucking funny, right? Okay? The cat's funny. So, like and subscribe, and as I say, go get a pie. You know why I say go get a pie? Because for the people who suffer with depression, right, a pie's good. There's many different pies. Lemon pie, blueberry pie, meat pie, haggis pie, whatever you want. There's all pies for everywhere, right? Okay? But you got to get up and you got to go outside and you got to get the pie and ask a person, can I have that pie? Or what pie do you recommend? It's good for your mental health. Maybe not your tummy, but it's good for your mental health because it gets you outside. All right? Okay? And most pies these days, the vegans haven't gotten into it, so there's still meat, animal produce still in the pie somewhere. All right? Okay?
Somewhere.
So, like and subscribe and go get a pie.